Hello everyone, welcome back to more Deja Vu. Uh, the only thing that Ace managed to take while we were gone is a bottle of ginkgo biloba pills, which fortunately for us helped his memory quite a bit, and he remembered that we missed this safe earlier in this office, and that we also happened to get some safe combinations earlier. So what we have to do is use the safe combination on the safe. The correct safe combination from Note 3. And of course, just to piss me off, this safe, it has nothing but containers inside it that we have to open to get the item that we want, instead of the item that we want just being there. Anyway, we find inside of the folder an IOU saying that we owe Joey Siegel, which is the guy that's dead, $1,000, but Ace doesn't remember writing that. So, from the evidence that we're seeing, it appears that somebody is trying to frame us, at least for the kidnapping of Miss Sternwood in the car outside. And because this system is so much of a pain in the ass, if you'll notice, I've been screwing around trying to get to this stupid key that was inside the box for forever. And why there's a key in a box, I don't know. Anyway, I'm back out in the fire escape, and the reason why I keep going, I'm going in this alley trying to find something, and I'll find it later on. It's not right now, but anyway, we have a key, and as I believe I mentioned, it's the key to this trunk here. So let's use the key after I'm done cycling through all of my items. Wow. Ace has a load of items in his arms now, which may look very odd when he's walking down the street. Anyway, we unlock the trunk here, and of course, Ace spends the next 5 minutes finding new and inventive ways to say this woman is very, very fat. Yeah. So once again, I pose the question of how exactly did he get her up into the trunk, or anybody. Anyway, we take the gag off her mouth, because our next move is that we have to just start shoving medicine down her throat and hope that it works. And unfortunately for me, Medrazine is not the medicine that we want. It does not work. Fortunately enough, it doesn't kill her, which is good. Some of the medicines will kill her, so you have to kind of be careful about that. Yes, medicine 1 is the one that we actually wanted. That is the sodium pentothal, or pentothal. I don't know how to say it the way they spelled it. But we give it to her, and suddenly she gives us the address to her home, which is kind of what we were needing. And there you fill in the address book. Actually, I was unaware that sodium pentothal worked that way. In any case, here we are at her house. I skipped ahead, just for you guys. And of course, we're at her house, so the first thing we need to do is to steal her mail. No reason. There's probably not any evidence in here, but yeah, just do it. But no, really. The letter that we find is a ransom note, saying that this guy, who is supposedly Joey Siegel, wants $20,000 to get his wife, to get Miss Sternwood back. And we move up to the mansion. And for the mansion, you can't actually just open the door, or just hit the door to knock on it. You have to actually use this giant lion head door knocker. And the guy who answers the door is a butler who Ace goes to great lengths to make seem like a wimp. And that is a clue that Ace is not a guy who is afraid to punch somebody with glasses on. And he hits them so hard they fall unconscious. He has a lot of one-hit KOs. He must have been a great boxer. But anyway, the door that was right there is just to a kitchen that doesn't do anything. So we go upstairs to these two doors, and it doesn't matter which one you go in first, so we just go in the left one. We find a woman sleeping in here with the smell of cheap perfume in the air. So this is obviously Martha Vickers, the secretary for Joey Siegel. And we recall seeing her before. Of course we do. Anyway, there are a number of items in this night table, and the only one that's really useful is the memo. But I grab everything anyway, just to be a thief, I guess. I'm stealing everything else in the house. Why not? And I don't look at the memo right now, but it says that the memo has indentations where it's been written on before. And there's a way to read it later on, but I don't do it right now. Foolishly. I foolishly don't do it right now. Anyway, we find the briefcase that we apparently have had recently, and there's nothing in it. But it was supposedly the briefcase that was going to be used to pay the ransom. At least that's the idea here. And the guy sleeping here is Mr. Sternwood, who has candy in his night table for some reason. I don't know, why not? And a letter. This letter is a real letter from Joey Siegel, where he's blackmailing Mr. Sternwood for $20,000 to not tell his wife that he's having an affair with Martha Vickers. So it turns out that Mrs. Sternwood is the one that actually has the money, and Mr. Sternwood is the one leeching off of her riches. So it's kind of painting a picture of, let's see, Joey Siegel was trying to blackmail him for $20,000, and then we find this note that wants $20,000 to return his kidnapped wife. So you're kind of getting a picture that Mr. Sternwood and Miss Vickers are acting together to try and make a fake, trying to frame Siegel and myself, or Ace, for a crime that never actually happened. Anyway, we run to the drunk again, and I decide not to try and punch him after what happened last time. But I don't know what I'm opening. Oh, the manhole. That's right. So, as I said, they're trying to frame us, so there's a lot of fake evidence going around, but there's also a lot of real evidence going around. So the idea is, we need to get rid of the fake evidence. Destruction of evidence is what every great searcher for justice goes through. But anyway, here, I end up showing how you read the memo. It's the old trick that if you've read a lot of detective stories, you know. You shade over the memo with your pencil so that you can read the indentations that were written on it before. And it turns out that this memo pad is actually where Mr. Sternwood was kind enough to write a complete and detailed timetable of all of his crimes for us. Which is very nice of him. I didn't know guys did that, but anyway, this is him detailing how he injected us with medication to rob us of our memory and knock us out, and then framed us for kidnapping his wife and for killing Siegel. So, I think the idea was that Mrs. Sternwood would die from just being in the trunk for so long. I don't know, because that seems to be a loose end they don't tie up, which is her being found by somebody before she died. Anyway. It is a nightmare. So, yeah, that's kind of a hint of what you're supposed to do. We're supposed to find all the evidence that we can and dump all of the fake evidence that Mr. Sternwood and Martha Vickers planted everywhere. So the basic idea is just to leave everything down here in the sewers, and if you can't leave it, it's an item that you actually need. So just go through your whole inventory trying to leave it behind, and if the game doesn't let you leave it behind, then that's an item you need. And if you can dump it, it's an item you don't need, so that's an easy way to find out. But anyways, we're moving on to solving this case. And here's what your inventory should look like. Anyways, I'll leave it here, and we'll continue next time. See ya.